Hi, this video is intended to help you understand the total cost of ownership of your cloud usage using Flexera CCO. At the end of this session, you should be able to navigate to appropriate areas and set filters to view costs. Cloud total cost of ownership is generally defined as all costs to run your cloud operation over a specific period of time. Understanding your cloud TCO, or total cost of ownership, is a step towards understanding your unit costs and is useful to inform contractual conversations with your cloud service providers and other cost contributors. Building a cloud total cost of ownership requires you to consider direct costs, such as hardware and software, and indirect costs, such as people, training, and downtime. You may also want to make cloud costs meaningful against a known reference points, such as the TCO of on-premise data centers or other alternative systems. If you're taking this approach, it's important to make these comparisons as like for like as possible. Within CCO, there are a number of ways to visualize and understand your cloud TCO. So we will navigate to cloud cost optimization and look at the first of these. There are really two ways to do this: a tabular view and with dashboards. So we'll look at tabular view first. So cloud, tabular view, and we'll just remove some of the filters that are there and we'll add our dimensions. So first, we need to select our date period. In this case, we've got it selected already, but we'll go through the process anyhow. We're assuming that we're a UK business and our tax year runs from April to April. So we select April 2024 to look at the previous year to date, to March 2025, which gives us our 1st of April to 31st of March period. CCO ingests costs through a titling system called Cloud Vendor. So we will select, in this case, the Cloud Vendor to see our cost ingest. At this point, we're really interested only in our cloud costs. You can see some other items here, which Flexera has the ability to bring costs in from other elements of Flexera One. But in this case, we're interested only in our total cost of ownership of cloud. So you can either select all and deselect or select individual items. We'll use the deselection method. And in this case, we don't want to see Flexera SaaS Manager, Flexera ITAM, and we've got zero costs in fixed costs anyway, but we'll remove that as well just for clarity. At this point, you could add other dimensions to make the information more meaningful to you. But for now, we'll just keep that to our highlight top line costs, and the summary is what we're particularly interested here. So we've got our percentage change over time, and we can see how that tracks over our year selection. But the total costs for our cloud usage, including external costs, which is our shared cost for the labor, is $188,370,494.92. And we'll check that against some different views. So again, you can add more detail to this view in the group by menu, adding such things perhaps as service and category, or a tag information which allows you to make it meaningful to your business, such as a chargeback code or cost center. An alternate way of viewing that, and a bit more visual, is to look at a dashboard. So we navigate to Dashboards, Cloud, and at the moment we're in our application tag coverage, but we want to look at our cloud costs. So if I just search on cloud, and we'll look at our cloud cost overview. This is a built-in dashboard, so there for you, pre-canned. And again, we need to select our date period. This is pre-selected again, but it's the same process, selecting monthly, April to March, and apply. And in this case, we want to, again, select our cloud vendor to show us our ingested costs. In this case, we don't need to select or deselect particular ones because it knows which are cloud costs and which are not. And we can see these represented by the titling at the bottom of this bar graph. If we want to look at things in a bit more detail, in this case, our shared costs, which are our labor costs for running the cloud, are relatively small against the other costs. To make them more visible, we can just deselect the big spenders, and that gives us a view of our shared costs. In this case, this is our external labor costs and other costs associated with running our cloud. So an important part of the total cost of ownership view. Again, there are some pre-canned reports that gives you a little look back over the last periods and total sums, and a little bit of a breakdown in terms of some detail around cloud vendor account name and service. As with all dashboards, they can be customized to be personal to you, and you can do this by creating a blank dashboard or duplicating this dashboard and changing some of the widgets within it. What we can notice, again, if we remember from the tabular view, the numbers match. So 188,370,494.92, which matched our cloud tabular view as well. So we're confident that our total costs are mapped between our tabular view and this graphical view. It's important when you discussed total cost of ownership of cloud within the business that it bears in mind and takes into consideration broader financial terms applicable to your business. In this case, we used an amortized view, but you may want to consider unamortized depending on the preference of your finance team. But there are other things as well, the inclusion or exclusion of adjustments, enterprise discount plans from your cloud service providers, currency conversions, and tax. So bring all those into the mix, get an understanding from your business what's important, what should be included or excluded, and then start to build your own views as applicable. I hope this video has been helpful, and please tune in again. Thank you very much.